We wanted to give new investors exposure to the upgrade of the financial system, so exposure to the ecosystem, but within an equity vehicle. And really, we think that's what we built here. That is incredibly unique, and then managed by proven stewards.
Hi everyone, I'm Fraser Matthews, President and CEO of Netcoins, back with another exciting episode of the Big Interview series in partnership with Blockchain North. Today, I'm joined by an exciting guest, Jaime Leverton, the CEO of ReserveOne. Welcome, Jaime.
Thanks so much for having me. It's great to be here.
Oh, we appreciate having you. And Jaime, starting off with a quick hit for you. What's the problem that ReserveOne is solving for investors who want crypto exposure through the public markets?
Yeah, that was a really kind of core part to how we designed the company, really thinking about what this next generation of investor would be looking for, that was difficult for them to get access to in the public market space. So I'll just take a step back really quickly. ReserveOne is as far as we know, the only scaled diversified digital asset treasury company. So we're in the process of going through a de-SPAC. The SPAC currently trading is MBAV. But upon a successful completion of our transaction, we would switch over and trade under our new ticker, which would be RONE. So we announced the raising of our PIPE and the business combination agreement earlier this summer. And the way we will be structured is about 80% in Bitcoin, 20% in an alt sleeve, really inspired by what we're seeing and hearing from the federal government as far as what they intend to maintain in their digital asset stockpile. So initially a mix of Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, and XRP. Also a bit different in our structure is that we'll actively be putting the assets to work wherever possible to generate returns while we hold them on our balance sheet. And we also have the opportunity to allocate up to 10% of our AUM into venture opportunities. So private market opportunities within the ecosystem. And so really creating something that's also managed by, I will say, a seasoned management team and board of directors, a cross-section of crypto, as well as traditional finance, Wall Street, Washington. Included on our expected board of directors, we've got Chin Chu, who helped build private equity at Blackstone. We've got one of the co-founders of Tether, the chair of one of the largest exchanges in the world, myself, John D'Agostino, who's head of institutional strategy at Coinbase. And very honored to also have, as an anticipated vice chair, Wilbur Ross, the former Commerce Secretary. So really building a team of seasoned veterans that are the stewards of this corporation, and obviously the capital that we'll be putting to work in the process. And a long way around to answer your question, we wanted to give new investors exposure to the upgrade of the financial system, so exposure to the ecosystem, but within an equity vehicle. And really, we think that's what we built here. That is incredibly unique, and then managed by proven stewards.
And Jaime, as you mentioned, you've got an exciting management team, diverse experience base. But in addition to that, you maybe have had a bit of a luxury of seeing a number of other digital asset treasury or DAT companies start up. What are some of the learnings you've taken from them as you've seen them kind of launch, scale, and get into the ecosystems that they participate in?
Yeah, I mean, I think for us, we really felt like it was important to have some flexibility, some optionality built into the structure. We were really focused on making sure that we had the opportunity to put the assets to work, to generate returns, to help fund the overhead of the company. Operating a public company isn't a free enterprise, so that yield structure was always important to us from the beginning. I think a lot of what you saw in the early days of DATs were a lot of single token passive strategies, which is just fundamentally different from what we built. I think there's lots of opportunity for different types and flavors of DATs. I mean, it really depends what investors are looking for, but I think we've built something that is structurally unique, and we're particularly excited about.
And as part of your structure as well, something that stands out from a differentiation perspective is how you'll actually acquire the crypto assets. Maybe walk us through how that's been strategic for you and what opportunities it brings.
So we don't start acquiring the digital assets until the deal is closed. That's when we would fund. Um, you can't predict things in this market, but currently the market's in a red territory. So a better time to deploy capital. Obviously, this industry loves to say buy the dip. So again, we can't predict timing. We don't know where things will be when it comes time to actually deploy. And I'm not, I'm not at liberty to say what our acquisition strategies are going to be. But one of the seasoned team members that I have with me is Sebastian Bea, who is our president, chief investment officer, former president of Coinbase Asset Management. So rest assured that this is something the team's spending time on.
And Jaime, you're a Canadian. We've seen a lot of digital asset treasury companies in Canada, but ReserveOne, is really focused on the U.S. market, and a lot of the decision making has been built around what you're seeing from U.S. legislation, rules, and lawmakers. What about that really stands out for you, and why do you think that's an opportunity for ReserveOne?
Yeah, I mean, I think just what we're seeing as far as such a rapid advancement in regulatory clarity, obviously genius done. Lots of optimism around getting clarity through early next year, which would really give us the codification that we need for broader market structure. I think that informed our strategy for the company. Certainly, us being based in the U.S. Was critical to our thinking, and the capital markets here really just second to none, especially now with the posture that the U.S. is now taking for the digital asset space. I think Canada. Look, it's my home. We had a real head start. Ethereum founded in Canada, ETFs trading first in Canada, first by a lot. I think 18 or 24 months, maybe even between us getting ETFs, Bitcoin ETFs trading in Canada and the US. We had miners go public first in Canada, so just lots of head starts, and unfortunately, we just haven't been able to maintain that momentum in Canada. That capital markets excitement, and a lot of it unfortunately has migrated to the US or other parts of the world. I will say, as a proud Canadian working in this space, Canadians do over index in the crypto industry. We're all over the world now. We've scattered, but we're mighty, and we're always looking out for each other. So very much still Canadian roots, a lot of Canadian pride in the space, but for reasons of market structure or talent, we've scattered.
So, Jaime, shifting gears as far as where you're headed, by 2026, ReserveOne will be known for blank.
Well, first and foremost, hopefully we will be closed and trading. That's absolutely the top of our priority list, and then I think just continuing to build on what we've built. I think education is really important, especially as we welcome new investors to the space for the first time. We're spending a lot of time putting out content that helps educate and somewhat kind of simplify and demystify the space, and in particular the things that we're working on in the space. So I think you're just going to continue to see us advance on the structure that we've built, which we can't wait to do.
Well, we're all excited to see it go forward. Jaime, where can we follow your journey?
Super easy to find. We have all of our handles as the ReserveOne from a corporate perspective. Because I have such a unique name, both first and last, I get all of my own handles. So it's at Jaime Leverton on Twitter, LinkedIn, Telegram. I'm probably the easiest person to find on socials. Thank you to my parents for that, by the way.
We're looking forward to following along. And thank you so much for your time today. We really appreciate it.
Happy to be here. Thanks again for having me.